up guys, it's Prince.
And Caitlin.
And today we're talking about the all-new Xperia 1 Mark V.
This phone is made for creators. If you love to travel and take photos and videos while out on all your adventures, this phone was honestly made for you.
Today we're going to be covering a lot of the new features. This phone has some really incredible updates. It's got a new S-Cinetone, has a new sensor that's 1.7 times larger than the last sensor. It's got 6 new creative looks for photos and videos.
We also built this crazy looking contraption out of stuff we found in the studio because what are we gonna do with it today, Prince?
So we're also gonna be coming out hot today with the comparison between the Xperia 1 Mark V versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max. We're gonna put it to the test in photo, video, and see which one comes out on top.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Bow. So I'm on the base lenses right now. We're gonna get some video, get a nice little pan here of the river, or lack of at this moment. It's kind of trippy. Initially through the phone, it's kind of, obviously it's bright day, so it's a little more difficult to tell, but it looks like there's just a lot more contrast and dynamic range in the Xperia and a little bit more depth in the colors. So one of the coolest things about this phone is it's made for people who are active outside, doing things, being adventurous. And so we actually have this sweet mount here. So we're gonna mount it to the car and cruise and get some footage for our next shot. It's gonna be fun to test out the stabilization with this thing too. Seriously, fingers crossed we do not lose this thing. The mount from the hood to the side of the car, and I can't believe, I'm literally mind blown at how stable this footage is and how good it looks. Trying to get as sketch as possible. I guess I'm trying to break a phone today. I don't know. What we're doing though is, dude, we're full sending it because we're trying to get the footage, right? We're gonna mount the iPhone to this so that we can get a shot of the iPhone versus the Xperia 1 Mark V side by side.
And this is what's holding them on. Just little suction cup. But they do use these on like movie sets, so we feel pretty good about it.
I don't know. She got this from her dad, so I'm not sure how accurate that is, but we're gonna find out. This is what I was told. This is a dad clamp. Peaking for focus peaking right here. So check this out. As I'm coming closer, I'm going to try to focus on the rim. Oh, I'm past it, and as you can see, it's coming into focus. Boom. And focus on the wheel. My first reaction is this, especially with the new Cinetone color profile. This looks like cinematic video. This feels like Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, they're just different. Yeah. You know, and I think it really depends on the look. Like, obviously if you're into really saturated, bright, bubbly looks, then you'll like the iPhone look. But if you really like that cinematic, realistic video, the dynamic range, the color, everything about this looks so much more natural and so much more just cinematic. We're testing the mics once again, both using the back microphones, looking to see which of the back mics has better audio quality. Check 1 2 1 3. This is the front facing camera. We're checking out the front facing mics too. The iPhone has a brighter image, but it's obviously, once again, it's kind of got that HDR thing going.
have to push it up anymore. All right, we are back at the studio and I'm gonna be talking with you about a few more features that I personally really love about this phone. This is for sure one of my favorite features. You're able to use the Xperia and previous Xperia models as your 4K OLED monitor for your Sony cameras. So some of these Sony cameras, all you have to do is plug a USB-C to USB-C directly into the camera, and other models you have to use an HDMI to USB-C capture cable, which is what we're doing here in this case. And it's pretty incredible because literally the phone has the app built in. So you just need to find the app on your phone and then you're able to see your live streaming monitor from your camera to your phone.
This has to be my favorite thing, a part of this update. It is that you can literally see false colors on the monitor of your Xperia connected to one of your Sony cameras. That's amazing. You don't need to buy a separate monitor. You simply pull out your phone, connect it to your camera, and you are good to go on a shoot, making sure that everything is exposed properly by seeing your peaking, your zebras, your false colors, your waveforms. I mean, you can create frame lines and grid lines, and the coolest thing too is you can have a display 2 and a display 1 where you're able to switch between which settings you prefer, and you can also just fully turn them off if you don't see yourself using it. You can also record straight to your phone, but you are going to have a loss in quality. As you know, the FX3 records 4K 10-bit, and you are not going to receive that when you do directly record it to the Xperia. And from my understanding, there was no way to up the quality of that.
So the texture on the back of this phone is unlike the previous Xperia models and is honestly like really fun, and it sounds like you're a DJ of some sort. Okay, so right now we are filming on the front camera of the Xperia 1 Mark V. This front camera is insane. I don't know if you can tell, but like this quality is tripping me out.
A new feature that they've brought in is called Product Spotlight, which is where when I bring the product in, it pulls focus over to the product. As you can see, my eyes are blurry. And then when I drop the product, it goes back to my face. It does this through some crazy technology, and it's pretty amazing for tech YouTubers or anyone who wants to be able to talk about products and have it pull focus without them thinking about it, and then go right back to sharing.
Let's break down the lenses on the back of the phone. So first off, you have a 16mm f2.2 lens, but that's gonna bring you in at 12 megapixels. Below it, you have the cream of the crop, which is the 24mm f1.9, and that's gonna bring you 48 megapixels while you're shooting with it. And lastly, you have the 85 to 125mm lens with an f2.3 to 2.8, and that's gonna bring you another 12 megapixels while you're shooting on that one. So something that's insane is that the new sensor in this phone is 1.7 times bigger than the previous, and it's also 2 times better in low light. We went out to make sure that that's true. So with all of these epic changes to the Xperia 1 Mark V, would you guys buy this phone? Would you upgrade to it? Are you stoked on it? Let us know in the comments. We had a blast making this video, and we are so stoked to see you guys next time. Peace. Marshmallow dance, marshmallow dance, marshmallow dance. Oh my God, I wasn't recording into that. Here we go.
I'm gonna do a side-by-side conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy, conspiration.
So today we're